Okay, so I really didn't want to do this or title this video this way, but unfortunately, it is what it is. Now, I'm not saying that the whole show is garbage or that it sucks, because there are moments in this show that are pretty good. However, those moments compile maybe 20% of the entire show. The rest of it is mid to kind of garbage, I'm not gonna lie. So I wouldn't title the show, oh, it's so great, just because, like a couple minutes of it is really good, but the rest of it sucks. So unfortunately, it is what it is, and if you guys are mad at me about it, well, too bad. So first we'll start off with a recap of episodes 3 through 6, and then later on we'll get into all that other nonsense. Alright, so in episode 3, we see Vader suiting up, and it looks hella gross. And it turns out that this man built a whole ass castle where Obi-Wan cut his friggin' legs off, which I think is a little bit hilarious. Anyway, Obi-Wan and Leia run around in the desert for like half an hour, and it turns out that Obi-Wan has a brother. Who knew? Anyway, then the Inquisitors find them somehow, and they're like, yo, Vader, go get your boy. And Vader's getting hella excited. He's like a kid on Christmas. He just wants to kill the hell out of Obi-Wan. Anyway, so Vader arrives on the planet and immediately starts killing people, because that's his job, apparently. Also, that includes murdering kids, because apparently he's still not over that. He just loves murdering himself some kids. So Obi-Wan and Vader fight, but Obi-Wan sucks and gets insta-wrecked. And then Vader throws Obi-Wan into the fire because revenge. Anyway, Obi-Wan gets rescued by a droid, and Vader just stands there for some reason. I was really confused at this moment, because is Vader afraid of fire? Can he not walk through, just grab Obi-Wan by the throat and just murderize him? Or I was a bit confused at this point. I'm sorry. Anyway, by the way, Leia gets kidnapped again. Okay, so episode 4, by far the worst episode of the season, potentially. We'll see. Anyway, so Obi-Wan is taking a bath because in the last episode he got his ass beat by Vader. And it turns out that the fact that what's-his-face, Anakin is still alive, Obi-Wan just doesn't give a crap, because this man wakes up and is instantly like, where's Leia? Anyway, Obi-Wan decides to go to the Inquisitor planet because they're holding Leia. And he goes there and instantly just starts murdering people, because why the hell not? Also, his lightsaber doesn't seem to work, because he tries to slash a stormtrooper at one point and it bounces off of him, which doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Then the Inquisitor lady, I think her name is Reva, she tries to interrogate Leia, but she sucks at it, and it is by far hilarious, because this little 8-year-old girl is just roasting her ass during an interrogation, and it is hilarious. Also, this is that one episode where the lady slaps the stormtrooper on the helmet and kills him or whatever. That was a really funny scene. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but it was pretty funny. Anyway, episode 6 or 5, sorry. Here we have a flashback of Obi-Wan and Anakin training, which is pretty cool, except for the fact that they have monster faces. Oh, it also turns out that the Grand Inquisitor was alive, even though he got stabbed through the chest. I mean, Qui-Gon Jinn died because he got stabbed, but apparently this random ass dude is just fine. It's just no worries, bro. We're all good. So Reva, the Inquisitor lady, it turns out that she was a youngling in the Temple of the Jedi, and it turns out that Vader murderized all of her friends, and that's how she knows that he is Anakin. Also, she wants to murder him, which probably doesn't go the way that she thinks it's gonna go, because she tries to fight him, and she gets stabbed through the face. But it turns out that Vader doesn't want to kill her for some reason, and it just leaves her there to live, I guess. My dude, you have one job, and it is to murder people. And it's been 10 years. You should be very good at this by now. Anyway, it doesn't matter, because then Vader tries to do a Force Unleashed and brings down a ship from space. And it was pretty cool. But that just makes me sad, because it just makes me want to play the Force Unleashed 3. But apparently that's only a pipe dream, which is so sad. Okay, episode 6. So, in this episode, there are 2 storylines, and I'm gonna start off with the boring one. Basically, Reva, she decides to go and kill Luke because she somehow figured out that that's Vader's son. Whatever. Anyway, so she goes and tries to murder him, but then Owen and his wife stop her because Owen has put a scope on his shotgun, and this somehow works, and then he fights her hand to hand and almost kicks her ass because she apparently does not know how to use a lightsaber. Anyway, Luke runs away, so she runs after him into this canyon and then tries to stab this little boy in the face, but then she, out of nowhere, grows a conscience. Later on in the episode, Obi-Wan shows up and he's just like, being evil sucks, doesn't it? And she's just like, yeah, it does. And she's good now, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. Let's get into the good stuff. Basically, Obi-Wan and Leia are just chilling until Vader shows up and starts shooting at their ship. So Obi-Wan's just like, okay, bye, and leaves to go fight Vader on this like desert planet. And what does the desert contain? Sand, exactly. Which is probably why Vader was so freaking weak this episode. So Obi-Wan and Vader fight for a little bit until Vader creates an earthquake and then traps Obi-Wan by throwing some rocks at him. And Vader finally has the high ground. Which is probably why he wins, in all honesty. Anyway, so he traps Obi-Wan down there for a little bit and then drops some rocks on him and then leaves immediately. He doesn't even check, maybe he is still alive. Maybe I can sense that he's still alive. But no, Vader's just like, well, he must be dead. Nobody can survive rocks. Anyway, so Obi-Wan uses the power of flashbacks to get himself a power-up and escapes and continues to fight Vader. So anyway, Obi-Wan wins somehow by slashing Vader's respirator, the big-ass box on his chest, and then he cuts off his helmet, and then we see your boy Hayden Christensen in the suit just chilling, and they do this kind of cool effect where when Vader speaks, it's both Anakin and James Earl Jones speaking at the same time, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, so Vader's just like, oh, Obi-Wan, you didn't kill Anakin, I killed Anakin. So he's taking all the credit. And, Obi-Wan starts referring to him as Darth because Anakin officially dies. Whatever. Also, this pissed me off, but Obi-Wan finally wins. Vader's just there, just like, having an asthma attack or whatever. And Obi-Wan just leaves. He just leaves, like, bro, kill the mans. It's not that difficult, for crap's sake. So then after that, Obi-Wan visits Leia on her like rich ass planet, and he gives her a droid, and then he's just like, all right, peace out, I'm leaving, bye. And then after that, he visits Luke, he gives him a toy, and he's like, hello there. And then at the end of the episode, Liam Neeson shows up for 2 seconds, and that's basically the end. So let me get into now my biggest problem with this show. That is the fact that it is literally all filler. The end of Revenge of the Sith, right? It ends with Obi-Wan on a desert searching for answers with your boy Liam Neeson. And then nothing happens, presumably for 20 years until A New Hope. However, in this show, Obi-Wan starts off all depressed. He hasn't been using the Force for 10 years. And how does it end? Basically, Obi-Wan's chilling in the desert, waiting for Luke to grow up, chilling with Liam Neeson. It's literally the exact same thing, and literally nothing has changed. Vader's still alive, everybody's still alive, Leia's still alive, nothing has changed, nothing has progressed, The only thing we get was like Reva, but then she sucks, so who cares? I don't know. Nothing changes because of this show. It doesn't recontextualize anything. It's pointless. Honestly, if the show focused more on like Vader and Obi-Wan, maybe give us some flashbacks to the Clone Wars, maybe, I don't know, develop them more, recontextualize it, maybe give us some development, that would have been cool. But no, instead we gotta see Leia getting kidnapped like 20 times. We gotta see Reva doing whatever the hell she was doing. And it's so boring, it's so pointless, it's so much filler, it's just... I'm not saying it's all bad, because it's not. The Vader and Obi-Wan stuff, especially in episode 6, was kind of cool. But everything else just drags it down so damn much. So now let me just talk about the show in general. And a lot of my points are the same as they were in the last episode. The show looks cheap. There's not enough Star Wars music in it. Choreography is bad or incompetent. Editing is just garbage. The scenery is boring as hell. I'm sorry, but it is. They are in a desert for like 97% of the show. They go to that one, I don't know, what is it called? The city planet for like 2 seconds. Leia gets kidnapped, and then they leave to go into another desert. Vader and Obi-Wan's final fight is in a freaking desert. Like, bro, is there literally nothing else? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just a problem with me. But I mean, even though the prequels, there's still the dialogue and stuff, at least they went places. At least there's something to look at, not just a desert and some rocks. I mean, look at the final fight between Vader and Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith. There's like fire everywhere. A volcano is exploding. They're like running on lava or whatever the hell was happening in that fight. Just make it more epic. Here, they're just like running around in the desert, getting thrown rocks at each other, and it's just, come on, guys. You could have done a lot better than this. But yeah, overall, it really just left me kind of disappointed. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I just wish that it was something more, something better, something more grander, something that's not cheap or looks cheap, something with actual money in it or production. Like, even if the show did look cheap, but if the writing was good, I would have accepted it. But the writing's not good. It sucks. I'm just sorry to say. But that's it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Probably didn't. Doesn't matter. I don't care. Bye.